us. We love watching it. You have to wait till Saturday when college football's over, usually Sunday or Monday night. It's been a boon for ratings and for fans. But for players, they don't love it. Why? Short week. They play Sunday. Is the most physical sport in the world, outside maybe rugby, and they got to go play again on Thursday. But what makes it worse is when you don't know that you have to play on Thursday. And that's what the NFL is considering, a flex schedule that will allow networks who pay a lot of money to pick a better game. A lot of times, teams that are matched up, that looks like great preseason matchup, when the season comes along due to injuries or underperformance, it looks like a terrible game. So you don't want to have a terrible game. So you want to have the ability, if you're a network, to flex it out and pick a better game.
So they want to choose.
The problem is the players don't like that idea. They want mentally and physically to know if they have to have a midweek game, especially if it means they got to have two.
So the story is they want to add another Thursday night game. Normally you play one,
good.
and now they want to play two. If you're good, so
some will play none.
Okay, so by listening to you, that makes more sense to me than why these players don't want to do it, because they're worried about the injuries.
Right. And
but does this mean they can change the schedule immediately? Like they could change it within 5 days out. So fans think they're going on Sunday, and now they have to change it to
Absolutely.
Thursday.
And that's what John Mara brought up. He says, what about the fans, the owner of the Giants?
So a team like Kansas City, which won the Super Bowl, they obviously would probably wind up playing more than one of these flex games. Patrick Mahomes, responding to a tweet yesterday, said this: the NFL announced that teams can now have 2 Thursday night football games per season. Limit was 1, now that's changed. Flexing for Thursday night football is not happening for now. Mahomes then put a facepalm emoji right there. And then RG3 said,
Say aye.
yeah,
I like it.
the NFL is now allowing teams to have 2 Thursday night football games per year. A league that continuously says it's all about improving player safety continues to put the health of its players at risk. Playing 1 game with only 3 days rest isn't smart. Playing 2 is ridiculous.
So Roger Goodell weighed in, because this is for Amazon. Amazon bought the rights. Says, I don't think we're putting Amazon over players' interests. We look at data with respect to injuries and impact on players. I think we have the data to make it very clear. I don't show a high injury rate.
We have the soundbite. Here he is.
I don't think we are putting Amazon over players' interests. We've always been looking at the data with respect to injuries and the impact on players. That drove our decisions throughout the first 12 or so years of Thursday night football and how it's evolved. And I think we have data that's very clear. It doesn't show higher injury rate, but we recognize shorter weeks. I hear from a lot of players directly too. They love the 10 days afterwards. In fact, they call it a mini buy. And so there's some benefits on that side. So you have different views. You want to consider all of them, but players have different views, coaches have different views, and we have to try to balance all of them.
But the biggest problem is notice. 15 days notice, is that enough to do it? And like the Kansas City Chiefs, they look like they're going to have a good year this year. But if they start underperforming, if you're Amazon, you paid all this money, do you want to be stuck with a bad game?
Yeah, and J.G. Watt was tweeting about that, talking about the fans. They think they're going to a Sunday game, they clear their schedules, they buy their tickets, spend a lot of money, and then you're going to change it to Thursday. But to Roger Goodell's point, yeah, I'm sure they love that 10-day waiting period after they play that Thursday game. They don't play again till 2 more Sundays. But when your job is all about your performance, and you're not going to be as good on a Thursday night, as good as you could be on a Sunday night because your body's recovered, then do you really care about those 10 days afterwards?
Listen.
You'd rather have a great game, your best game.
There's nothing good on TV on Thursday nights anyway. This is good. Step in the right direction. Great for fans.
All right, we'll see.